I said, why are you not engaging? You have the information. Or what dawned on me, they have the information, but they didn't have the confidence to engage. So, God let me sit me down. I wrote a companion guide to the book. This companion guide is called The Most Asked Challenges. Here's how God inspired me and led me to write this book. When you study the ministry of Jesus Christ, you remember how the Pharisees and the scribes always tried to challenge Jesus, to get him to say something damaging so he could discredit him? That's what liberals do to conservatives. But the Pharisees and scribes did not realize that Jesus was a subject matter expert. And he had the gift of taking their challenges and turning around and making a teachable moment. That's what we must do. We must carefully and study to show ourselves approved and learn how to take the 12 most asked challenges that we will face as conservatives and turn around and make a teachable moment. Let me give you an example. Say if you're having a conversation with somebody, white, black, liberal, and they ask you, are you a conservative? What would you say? You said, yes, you just lost. You just lost? Now, you show in the Bible when the Pharisees and scribes tried to challenge Jesus, Jesus said yes or no. He said, it is written, or I tell you the truth, because he's going to have a discussion. Okay, Carl, you're a conservative. I am a Frederick Douglass Republican, or I'm a Frederick Douglass Liberty Messenger. And I believe in the four life empowering values of Frederick Douglass. Respect for the Constitution, respect for life, liberty to govern, personal responsibility. Do you share those values? Are those values something that you can resonate with you? Most minorities are going to say yes. Well, guess what? That makes you a conservative. Better still, it makes you a Frederick Douglass Republican. That's the hook. That's the hook. Okay? So, another one. Are you affiliated with the Tea Party? Are you a Tea Party activist? How would you respond? You say, yes, you just lost. Just lost. Here's why. The word conservative, the word Tea Party, the word Republican, those three words have a negative connotation in the black community. And then also Latino community. I explained to you why the word conservative has a negative connotation. The word Republican is because the Democrat Party has done a masterful job of co-opting the history of the Republican Party. I travel this country all over and I talk to, I don't care, the blacks that I talk to, I don't care if they have a PhD or no D. About 80% of them or more get these four questions wrong. These four questions they get wrong to give you an idea how the Democrat Party has co-opted our history of the Republican Party. Was George Wallace a Democrat or Republican? They said Republican, of course he was a Democrat. As a matter of fact, I was on a talk show last week and I made the statement that George Wallace was a Democrat. A liberal professor called in, political science professor called in, and told me I was being disingenuous because I said George Wallace was a Democrat. I said, ma'am, how's that being disingenuous? Here's what you're trying to do, ma'am. You're trying to make that statement because you don't want me to know who my oppressor is. That's not disingenuous. He's the icon of segregation in the South. He was a Democrat. Bull Connor, was he a Democrat or Republican? They said Republican. He was a Democrat. The people who bombed 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, which political party were they aligned with? It was a Democrat because it was the KKK. Why? The KKK was started by the Democrat Party. If you don't know the truth, you can never recognize a lie. You never recognize a lie. And that's how I was living my life. But you know what? The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. So anyway, that's what this is. This is the companion guide to this. Did I ever answer the question about how you respond if you're a Tea Party activist? No. It's in the book. Here's how you respond. Here's how you respond. Okay, Carl, are you affiliated with the Tea Party? Now, you got to understand that all the questions in the book, all the challenges, I'm either standing behind the Christ or I'm standing behind Douglas. I agree with Frederick Douglass when he once said, I will unite with anybody who wants to do right. Another one, I had a chance to go to a church and speak, and majority was a black church. Before I got a chance to speak, a lady came up to me and said, K. Carl, you and I will never agree because I am an Obama lover. I said, ma'am, you're exactly right, because I am a Jesus Christ lover. She said, wait a minute, I'm a Jesus Christ lover too. I said, wait a minute, ma'am, that is not what you said. Jesus wasn't on your mind, and Jesus not come out of your mouth. What you just did, you just made Obama a deity and placed above the Christ. You go to Bible study, you go to church, you dissect the Word of God. You dissect it. But you don't question Obama's policies. Jesus Christ could not sin. Obama's of a sinful nature. And you don't question his policies. She bought a book. And I can't go into detail everything's in the book, but what I'm sharing with you right now, just basically whetting your appetite, it's all in the book. And I want to say that they come as a set. They come as a set. And the books are actually free. What you're paying for is the autograph inside both books. We'll make you $20 to get the book, this entire set. And I'm going to run out tonight. I know I am. But you can get a card, get a business card, come to the website. And when you come to our website, I'll autograph it and send it to you. So here's the thing I want you to keep in mind. You're saying, K. Carl, that's great. But blacks not going to listen to me like they listen to you. I hear that all the time. How many people, they said that in their own quiet time. I want to share something with you. That's not true. That's not biblically true. Who established the first a diversity outreach program that had a major impact in the world? Who established a diversity outreach program that had a major impact in the world? It was Jehovah God. You're right. When? When he commissioned Paul to take the gospel to the Gentiles. Wait a minute. Paul was a Jew by ethnicity. He was commissioned to take the gospel to people of different races, the Gentiles. Paul had to be trained. The conservative movement, made of predominantly white Americans. We're trying to take the life-empowering values of the conservative philosophy and share it with other ethnic groups. You have to be trained. I had to be trained. I didn't get it right before God gave me this Frederick Douglass Republican mantra. I didn't have it. When McCain won the nomination and Sheriff Payton was his running mate, I went out and bought me a McCain-Palin t-shirt, called myself going to the black community engaged. It was a red t-shirt. I'm saying I was ostracized, I was criticized, I was humiliated, and darn near decapitated because of that shirt. It didn't work. I said, God, you got to give me something else. And this when God gave me this Frederick Douglass piece and started putting it together. It trumps the race card. You can't call a Frederick Douglass Republican or a Frederick Douglass Liberty Messenger a racist or an upper tongue. Because what we're saying is we're standing on the things that Douglass believed in. Admiration for the founding fathers. Respect for the Constitution. The belief in limited government. We talk about this limited government thing. In the book, the section on limited government, Douglass said on one occasion, he said the duty of the national government. He said the first duty of the national government is protection. Yep. Protection. Okay. All right? He went on and said some more things. I know immigration is a big issue here in Mexico. In the book, Douglass talked about immigration. Douglass has to comment on Chinese immigration because Chinese people brought here working on railroad. They asked Douglass to comment on immigration. Here's what Douglass said. Douglass said, it was 1868, 1869, he gave a speech called Our Composite Nationality. Douglass said, for humanity reasons, allow them to come. Let them come. In that same speech, Douglass said, but there's a process. Quote, he said they must bow to the same law. Bows is a form of respect, respecting the law. Douglass said, two, they must speak the same language. That's what Douglass said. Then Douglass said, number three, they must understand the duties of citizenship. The first duty of citizenship is to obey the law and to study and value our Constitution. I got about 2 minutes left, and then close and share this with you. The more detail of this is in the book. We're working right now to get this thing on a national level. This is a grassroots movement. I am not sponsored by any organization. I'm not sponsored by American Majority, AFP, Freedom Works. this is something I started. God gave me this message 3 years ago. And when I started, I did not go out to seek money. I said, you know what? I'm going to go out here with this message. I'm going to start a fire. And when I start this fire, the special force is going to come. And that's what's happening. Our goal is to grow a nationwide army, if you will, of Frederick Douglass Liberty messengers. Regardless of race or ethnicity. Regardless of a person's age. We got about maybe 15,000 people right now across the country who are trained in this methodology. I actually trained them in this method how to do it. About 15,000. About 70% of them are white. About 70% are white. 20% are black. We'll catch up. Don't worry about that. And 2 stories I want to share with you. Here's what happens. A third of the books that I buy, I give away. We just did a back-to-school rally in Opelika, Alabama, through the Montgomery Tea Party. What they did last summer, they bought books and paper and pencils, and they identified a minority community school district and provided those books. A good gesture. This year they did something different. This year they had a Frederick Douglass contest, and where the students had to write an essay and win prizes. Also, every student who participated got a copy of my book. Well, when they went out last week, 2 weeks ago, and awarded the prizes and started passing out the books, I'm talking about Black Americans, the parents are more excited about getting the book than the children. Here's why this thing works. When you get somebody who want to vote their values, you got to have a message that, number 1, is non-condescending. Number 2, that changes the heart, changes the mind. You must inspire them, you must inform them, you must educate them, and you must touch them emotionally. Frederick Douglass is an emotional, inspirational story. He resonates with all Americans, white Americans, Latinos, Black Americans. And also, when you get to that emotional piece, you can talk about the facts of history. You must be able to change the heart, change the mind. I've seen some of the most entrenched Democrats change how they vote once they hear this message. Because once you hear this message, you are immediately placed in a crossroads. And you have to decide. Am I going to be a political chump and spit in my God's face, or become a Christian champion? You got to decide. My parents changed how they voted. And they voted for Obama. My brothers. Christmas and Thanksgiving dinners are different now. They're different now. So that's what I have for you. Thank you again for the opportunity to come. Appreciate your prayers, and I appreciate your support. If you like this message, if you want this message to continue, I need your help. I need your help. And I wouldn't be asked if I need your help. I need your help. I want to continue this. Because we can save this nation. We can save it, and we will do it. We will do it. Douglas is a great example of promoting racial healing in this nation. And we just got to follow his lead. So I can go on, but I won't do that. But I will retire now and turn it back to my